The movie is The Brutalist, which was co-written by Mona Fastvold and Brady Corbet and directed by Brady Corbet. The film follows Laszlo Toth, a Hungarian immigrant escaping post-war Europe to rebuild his life in America. Laszlo is a visionary architect who has aspirations of reassembling his career, all while navigating his marriage across continents. On his own in a strange new country, he settles on Pennsylvania, where a wealthy and prominent businessman, Harrison Van Buren, recognizes his tremendous talent. As Laszlo embarks on a new architectural endeavor, his artistic dreams are plagued by a litany of challenges that will test the limits of his perseverance. This movie has gotten a lot of praise over the past few months, and understandably after having seen it, but it's recently gotten a lot of heat for its controversial use of AI in the film. From what I've read, AI was used in the film for two things. One, it was used to artificially enhance the Hungarian dialogue of Adrien, Brody, and Felicity Jones to sound completely fluent even to a native Hungarian. And two, it was used to generate images of brutalist buildings that real artists then used as inspiration to draw sketches of, and those sketches were Laszlo's buildings that his character designed in the movie. The filmmakers have since downplayed the uses and impacts of AI tremendously since this first came out, which sort of begs the question, why use it at all then? For every argument for the use of AI in filmmaking, there are 1,000 counter-arguments against it. So it just doesn't seem to make sense to me. The subtle but ever-increasing use of AI in film will eventually lead to the destruction of the art of filmmaking. So even minor uses should be avoided at all costs. I understand that the intention was just to make the best movie possible on a shoestring budget. But ultimately, the use of AI really undermines the quality of the film. Now, having said all of that, I really did enjoy this movie. It was one of the most visually beautiful films of 2024. Cinematographer Lal Crawley did an amazing job of building cinematic shots that will leave you astonished at their scale and magnificence. It had incredible performances from Adrien Brody, Felicity Jones, and Guy Pearce. I think putting aside the AI aspect, it's easy to see why Brody is in the Oscars conversation for Best Actor. And it was an original saga that excelled in capturing the experience of European immigrants as well as that of struggling and conflicted artists. The imagery of the film was as grand and monolithic as the structures designed by Laszlo himself. Similarly, the music and score elicit strong emotions that perfectly pair with the stunning scenery and towering architecture of the film. And I also very much appreciated and enjoyed the fact that the film had a 15-minute intermission. I saw this one in theaters, and as the movie is well over 3 hours, it's just really nice to have a moment to use the bathroom or stretch your legs or even just reflect on the first half of the film. As far as critiques go, I would say I had a few issues with the plot, mostly with some aspects of the third act, including the ending of the film. The epilogue felt somewhat disjointed from the rest of the film, and it was a little bit of a disappointment given the richness of the previous two chapters. I also felt like there were times in the movie that the characters came off a little flat, and it didn't happen often, but when it did, it was very noticeable given the extraordinary depth they had most of the rest of the time. And honestly, I didn't feel like the length of this one was fully justified. I'm not one who typically cares about the length of a movie, but I just didn't personally feel completely enthralled throughout the course of the 3 hour and 35-minute runtime. Overall, I definitely enjoyed this movie. I think it was an original artistic story that creates remarkable imagery, accompanied by beautiful music and unbelievable acting performances. While I didn't quite love it as much as many of the critics do, I think it's worth it to see this one in theaters to experience the grandeur of the visuals on a big screen. So go watch The Brutalist. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, add a comment letting me know what movie you think I should review next, and subscribe to my channel. I put out a movie review each week, so subscribe to stay tuned. Thanks, y'all.